Hi, Aaron here from Superior Singing Method, and I want to talk to you about your head voice. Okay, welcome back. I want to talk about the head voice. This is part 2. If you haven't had a chance to see part 1, check that out. This is kind of a continuation of that, part 1 of the head voice. Head voice, what I talked about in the last video was I told you that I was going to talk to you about the head voice versus falsetto. So what I want to give you toward the end of the video, actually throughout the video, is just let you know how you know the difference between head voice and falsetto voice. And I also want to tell you where to get, at the end I'll tell you how to get some more free videos and kind of free stuff as well. Okay, so let's jump right into it. Head voice and falsetto. The problem with head voice and falsetto is that they sound pretty similar when you get up into your higher register, so a lot of times it's hard to tell. I remember early on as a singer when I was first several years that I was singing, and I was even at that point I was already performing and playing, playing. I'm a guitar player as well, but playing and singing gigs around town and doing all that. I still wasn't sure what was my head voice and falsetto. I didn't really care that much because it didn't matter, but once I kind of wanted to know how I could strengthen my head voice and not flip into falsetto. So let me give you an idea of what the difference is. With head voice, head voice is a light sound. So head voice is it's like that whoo whoo sound, and so it's a light sound. But with falsetto is an even lighter sound. When head voice is isolated, the whoo sound it's a really light sound when it's not mixed with your chest voice, which is actually ideal, is to get that kind of blend, that mix of both. But by the way, am I disappearing into the white background here with my white shirt? I'm like floating. Hey. Okay, I digress. Back to the head voice. Head voice is a light sound, the whoo sound, but falsetto is even lighter. It's like ho 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 ho. It's like a real airy kind of sound. You hear that ho ho. Even that lack of connection, it's got a little bit of crackly to it. Ho ho. Oh, that's because my vocal cords are split apart. That's why I'm doing this. I'm not just like, hey man. My vocal cords are split apart. When you're in falsetto, your vocal cords break apart, because falsetto, your voice, the mechanism in your voice, falsetto was created and built into your voice. This is just a brilliant little creation here, is that when you're singing straining or singing too hard and too high, or you're forcing too much air out and it's going to really damage your vocal cords, that's when your vocal cords split apart into falsetto. So it's like so the vocal cord closure in your head voice is so it's kind of a funny sound, but that's the basic difference. But a lot of times once you get up there, it's kind of hard to tell which is which. But it's that connectedness, that connected vocal cords gives you a more pure sound. That's why when if you can back off into a whisper, like for instance, if I'm like no matter how quiet I get and no matter how much I back off, you're still getting sound. You can still hear the sound. But in falsetto, it's like it backs off into just air moving through. So that's another way you can tell between head voice and falsetto. There's a little more of like a hiss, and it's a little more airy. Head voice is light, but falsetto is even lighter and more airy kind of sounding. So sometimes, I started talking about this a little bit, but sometimes you'll be in a pure head voice, but mixed voice, and again, that's for another video. I talk about the pharyngeal and the mixed voice in other videos, so you can find those, but very rarely are you going to be in just like pure straight up head voice. Better than that is getting a mixed voice, so you can get your head voice high notes, but also a little bit of the blend of the chest voice and the pharyngeal, which is for another video as well, to get a nice powerful sounding higher notes, that's more like commercial type sound, that type of stuff you hear on the radio. It's usually somewhere in, people are singing in their mix range. So if you want to be a singer, if you want to sing, but you're kind of doubting and you're questioning, is it possible for me to become a singer? Because when I open my mouth to sing, it's like, people run out of the room, or whatever it is for you. Maybe you have a fear of singing, so you're not really sure. Maybe somebody told you can't sing a long time ago, and you still believe that. Whatever it is, maybe your brother, your sister, your mom or dad or something. I want to tell you that you can sing, you can learn to sing. It just takes some time, it takes some discipline. You just need the right techniques and you need the right exercises, and you can learn how to sing. You can follow that dream and you can attain that dream if it's what you really want. And if it is, on that same note, if you really do want to learn to sing, I've got a program, the link below, I've got a program. It's an 8-week systematic course where you learn the right things at the right time, full of tons of exercises and techniques that in 2 months you'll be singing way better. So that's the link below. Also, the link you can get, I got some free stuff, free videos for you as well. If you don't mind sharing the love and subscribing to the channel and liking it, and leave me a comment too, because I usually go through those comments and see what it is that people want me to learn. People want me to learn. They want me to learn. What people want to learn that they want me to post and teach about up here. So leave me a comment and say anything you want. I usually read all of those. Okay, so I hope you're well, and I hope this has been helpful.